right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
And first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakodash. A double honor to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone, salutations to you, Akim, that's out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity. Really quick, me and the brother,
Yakawal.
All right, we just, basically about to do a quick lesson on trusting in the Lord, and especially in your darkest hour, those dark moments where you feel like you're about to give up, that's the perfect time to seek the Lord, and that's the balance that we have that the world doesn't have. We actually can go back to the source and, look for that healing, It's like you got it.
This is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 25. It says, "The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him."
Yep. So the Lord is good unto those that wait for him, and to the soul that seeketh for him. Okay? Because, the Lord he's a healer, and the Lord, he wants us to come to him when we do have certain issues in our lives. And really the scriptures talk about casting your burdens, not just upon one another, but the Lord said also cast your burdens upon him, And so, maybe you do have to, pray more, because these are the tools that's going to help cope in this society. So really, which goes into the, the lesson, the title of the lesson, man, just being basically, I lost my train of thought.
Just to always be, it's very pertinent that your mind be drawn to the Lord in all aspects of your life, and especially in your heaviest. That's when the flesh wants to go off the most.
Yeah,
that's when your flesh wants to seek immediate comfort, and one of the comforts of a flesh is to just give up, be lazy, be free of all care, And so, the Lord is about a man enduring, all right, grounding himself in the trust, all right, going, getting past those hard things. There's a scripture, I believe, in Luke. It talks about a man who is faithful with little is faithful in much. Now, if you can't even be faithful in the little things that we're going through right now, because this is little, even though it's enough to test a man to the end.
Yeah,
but
right.
If you can't endure this and then rely on the one who actually called you to, take care of his possessions, how are you going to, rule a nation or be a king or,
a prince or a judge
and put order out, So it's extremely pertinent that you do that. And the word pertinent basically means it's extremely relevant. The Lord is literally your power source.
Okay.
And I got a precept for you real quick.
Okay.
This is Proverbs chapter 3 and 5. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding." When we get to you're supposed to go to the Most High when you have a problem. You're supposed to console him to see what decision you make. The scriptures tell you that in Ezekiel, the 44th chapter. And that in controversy you shall stand in the Lord's judgments.
Yeah.
So, it says...
wisdom is supposed to meet you on every thought. Too, yeah.
Yep. It says, "But trust in thy Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths."
Yeah. So, of course, it sounds simple, but, and it is simple to those that believe, This is Proverbs 3 and 5. Well,
we just read that.
My bad. But if you can go down a little bit more.
It's a spirit, man. Okay. It says, verse 7 says, "Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It shall be helped." And the Apostle Kabar went into the word evil, and it basically means a bad age,
time.
A bad time. Con. But essentially, man, everything that you're confronting in your life is brought up from bad times. So these things, man, they're not good, and and that's another whole reason for this lesson is, man, like you want to abstain from all these distractions because they have enough force in them to cause you to fall away.
Yeah, definitely.
And so that's why the Lord tells you, man, that you need this. Well, what is it? The scripture saying in Proverbs? What is that? 6:23, if I'm not mistaken. where it says that the law is a lamp. And
Yeah, I got it right here for you. This is Proverbs 6:23. It says, "For the commandment is a lamp, you see, and the law is light."
And we live in a dark time, and this is the only way you can see. If you trim that lamp too much, or you turn it off, you blow the flame out, then you can't see. You will remain in that darkness. So,
well, yeah.
Go ahead.
And what the scriptures say, those that in Proverbs it says, the congregation of the dead, those that
leave the way of understanding basically shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
And so the point is, when you are in these moments, right? When you are in these moments, or when you are going through that heavy temptation or that heavy, anguish, you're supposed to turn to the Lord. You're supposed to lean on the Lord. You're supposed to read more, or fast more, or pray more, and that's the remedy, That's the remedy.
Instant in season, out of season.
Because like the brother was saying, this world is filled with darkness, and you go into the word darkness, it's obscurity, and that's how this world, that's how they function, in obscurity. They function not being able to see clearly, so they lean upon their own understanding. They make their own philosophies. They make their own way. And the scriptures tell you, hey, even the Lord doesn't even trust in his own saints. So how much more man, So yeah, man. I'll read again. So this is Proverbs 6:23. "For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light."
Right. So like we were reading in Proverbs 3, man. If we would have read up above, it tells you to bind these things about your neck like a chain, as fetters and irons to your body. You essentially want to walk around this world having that knowledge within you, because you want understanding, and you got knowledge, and you got wisdom, and wisdom is what? Application of knowledge. So this is a put into action thing that we're doing. Otherwise, if you don't, you're going to get consumed.
That's right. Yep. It says, "In reproofs of instruction are the way of life." So correction of instruction, and basically when you go through your temptation, that's what it be. That's what it be. It be correction.
I got a precept real quick for you. This is Sirach chapter 2 and 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Right, acceptable men. So if you catch a hell, you're acceptable. All right, and that's the thing about being chosen. Not everybody fits the bill. Not everybody has that secret. I'm about to say the secret sauce, but everybody doesn't have that. That thing that the Lord is looking for. He's looking for men that he can try, that he can fashion and bring up in such a way, because this is leading to something else greater than what we can imagine right now. It's hard to see what we see. The world doesn't see what we see, but we understand that, what's coming is far greater than what we can fathom. And we're just being brought up in such a way to be able to inherit that,
This is and it says, verse 6 says, "Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him."
Order that way aright and trust in him. How do you do that? Really, you go back to the source, no matter what the situation. And that's the thing, man. We've been put in tests, so we can do the right thing, not so we can bug out. Not so we can give up, but keeping your integrity. And you're basically being tested on these principles, and these are the defining principles, whether or not you're worthy or not. All right?
Yeah, a king can't be wild with their emotion, man.
Yeah, no, hell no.
I'll just say, this brother taught me about control, by Yahweh Shem Shai. Control, man. Keeping a good head on your shoulder, basically.
Yeah, not beating yourself up all the time.
Right.
And then there's another thing, man. You brothers you gotta be. Sometimes I don't want to say fill your own head with bull crap, but sometimes you gotta be nice to yourself, man.
Yeah. And lighten up.
Yeah, you gotta lighten up, man. You gotta be happy with yourself.
We got a lot of light around us, so lighten up.
Right. You are the light, so and certain brothers go through that apathy, because of depression, because of the world. The world weighs you down. The scriptures tell you that.
Yeah.
You know, it presses down the soul. Hey, the wine pressed Yahushua, you know. He was, hey, the scriptures say he was acquainted with grief.
Yeah.
All right. So if knowing that, you know, you can pretty much measure where you at, especially if you in this ministry and you know, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you know.
This is Sirach 2:7. It says, "Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside."
Right. Wait for the mercy of the Lord. Because things can get hot. It can get tempting. You can get rage and wrath. And that's one of the things that we always speak on. But brothers got to be able to contain that and maintain that spirit, you know, because that wrath and that anger could take you out.
It says that. It says, "Wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest you fall."
See,
you know, you creating your own mindset that, no, I need to make that decision now, when the Lord could have had something different for you.
Yeah,
and it'd be your destruction.
Yeah, and it's always clear to what, you know, what not to do, because the scripture talk about making haste in times of trouble.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Oh, Salaki.
It's actually the second verse. I started.
Okay, cool.
I could read that. Sirach 2:1 says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble."
Right. So constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble, because that's what people normally do. They make decisions, lifelong decisions, based on their emotions.
Yep.
Based on how they feel. Okay.
There's a movie, Salaki. There's a movie with what was her name? Kate Winslet, the woman who played as Rose in the Titanic. I can't remember what movie it was that she made a couple years ago, but there was a line that she said, 9 out of 10 times a person will make the wrong decision because they make it based off their heart's desire. And that's essentially, man, that 1% out of that 10 is the Lord telling you what to do. But these other 9 decisions that you have, they all look right, but they're not, man. They're covered they're illusioned to make you think that it's the right decision. But because we know the scriptures, what it says about your mind, man.
Yeah.
You know, so, and that's why, going back to verse 7, wait for the mercy of the Lord. Wait for the Lord to make the decision for you, lest you fall, because the decision you're going to make is not of the Lord.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to have the spirit on you, like the brother said. You got to have that specific spirit, which is ultimately the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua.
Yep.
This is verse 8. It's Sirach chapter 2. It says, "Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail."
See.
Yep.
Yeah. So you get, hey, you be put in situations where you kind of doubt what the Lord can do for you, but you can't forget that the Lord, hey, he created the situation in the first place.
Yep.
All right, and your doubt really doesn't do anything for you except for hinder you from making the process, you know, or, you know, ending the process.
Yeah.
You know, so it's important to revert back to the Lord, and don't revert back to your own ways, because when you get mad and get emotional and be like, you know what, fuck that, you know, I'm gonna reward myself. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jake do. I'm gonna reward myself by, you know, going out being gluttonous, or I'm gonna get a big meal, or I'm gonna do this, or you know, whatever Jake doing nowadays, man.
You actually said, you kind of quenching the spirit in a way.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, the Lord tells you, man, that he gives every man a way that he can escape out of temptation.
Yeah.
Well, if you make a hasty decision, you cut short what he was going to bring.
Yeah.
And if you're too distracted by these things, or you're letting it, you know, overwhelm you, you can also miss that escape, that route of escape. So that's why it's very important to steady your mind, stabilize yourself, you know, and that way you can see that opportunity to escape.
Okay. Yeah.
But it says in verse 8 or verse 9, it says, "Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy."
Hey, there you go. And that's what should be on your mind, man. Anything other than that, you know, hoping for good and everlasting joy and mercy. That's what's on our plate, man. That's what we should be focusing on. Nothing outside of that. And if you are, that means you're going off. You know, if you're not focusing on the Lord's mercy and on your salvation, and, you know, and hoping and in hope and good hope, then you going off. Okay? So we at the time, we're visionaries, so we see what's coming. You know, we see the kingdom.
Yep.
You know,
I got a picture for you. This is Colossians 3:2 says, "Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth."
perfect,
Okay.
perfect, perfect. And that's why the scriptures talk about storing your treasures in heaven. You know, we do the work, we read, we make this a part of ourselves. So what? Because we're storing those treasures. Most people, store into themselves these carnal resources, but it's not going to save people in the day of the Lord's wrath. You know, if you don't have this truth, then you pretty much, you condemn, and a lot of people are condemning themselves by their own evil suspicion and doubt.
I got this. Luke 21:19, "And your patience possess your souls."
Right, perfect.
Everything we're doing is this. This is why we need the truth. This is why you need to have. It's not like it's not like being like what do you call it? Like like a pet, like a class pet or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's this is a real thing. This is our life. This is our livelihood.
Yeah.
This is literally your life. And what the scriptures tell you in Wisdom of Solomon, the 13th chapter, the first verse, that surely are all men vain by nature without the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Perfect.
So if you don't have this, man, to what reason are you alive for? The Lord has no use for you.
Yeah.
The Lord only tells you that He loveth none other but those that dwell in wisdom.
Yeah.
God. So, and it's not to be a holy roller or over righteous or anything. You can't be over righteous with wanting the Most High to be on your side.
Yeah.
So,
Was that it?
yeah. It's again. Well, also that word in your patience possess your souls. The word possess means to obtain by any means. It goes hand in hand with obtaining.
Okay.
To possess by any means necessary according to righteousness. So it's very relevant to trust in the Lord at all times and everything.
Yeah.
So
that's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest issue that Israelites have. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Trust. You don't trust the process. Trust the process. If the Lord said it, He meant it. He gonna do it. It's us that need that need to believe more. Because the scriptures say He's faithful. His word is faithful and true. So that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Now I ended with this one in Ephesians the 6th chapter, in 10th verse. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil."
Yeah, and that's the trickery. Okay, of this devil. I think his methodia. His trickery. Okay. Because everybody else, we call these people lesser Luciferians, we call these people Satanists, because really they tacked on to the establishment and how they go about in the society. So they're influenced with that spirit, that satanic spirit. So we have to be mindful of that, and really. Slack it. Read it again, because I lost my
finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right, and the way you put on that armor is, consuming this Bible, man. All right.
Well, yeah, be possessed by it. Yep. Let your desire, because it's a blessing. Real quick, it's a blessing. I've always said this, man. I've always thought this, that it's a blessing to wake up the next day with thoughts of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the actual true doctrine. Okay. That's a blessing, man, for the Lord to input instructions of you thinking upon Him for the days to come, because He could decide to strip it away, man. So that's why it's important that you want to have this possessed to you, as close to you, part of you,
Okay.
But I'll read it in this, and I guess we can end it off. Verse 13 says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Yeah. So it's about endurance. It's about,
Yeah.
you know, it's about holding on to that day, man, because when that day comes, these people are going to lose their minds because they don't have any comfort, anything to draw back to, anything to revert
foundation,
to. Yeah. And their foundation is all out of whack. It's all
tempered mortar.
Yeah, it's all their thoughts, it's all their feelings, and they base it off of how they feel, and that's their foundation. You know what I'm saying? It ain't this. This is a sure foundation. This is a sure foundation. We're gonna find it out, and it's gonna be proven to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the Lord likes to prove things as well, man. You know. So hey, just because things ain't working in your favor, you know, don't give up. Don't think that you lost or whatever. You know, that ain't nothing but, you know, being tested and tried. And the main thing is just to hold on, man. Really, hold on to the Lord. And
just believe, man.
Yep.
You must. I say this. You must believe. You got to tell yourself, man. Again, I've been saying this lately. If you don't believe the first time, man, tell yourself 10,000 times more. Make it assured, man, that you believe that the Lord He's there watching. He has your back.
Yeah.
Because without faith, it is impossible, man.
That's right. So, and with that, Lord willing, was edifying.
Yeah.
And we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. And double honors to the apostles, elders, salutations to Akim, Shalom.
Shalom.